Show me what you got, Karen.
Merlin Castell is a designer, and he's going to pick apart our closets.
What is this? What is all this? Everything is like that little house in the prairie.
I am more comfortable being completely covered.
Jesus Christ.
All right, here we go. And roll camera, and action.
I'm passionate about acting and I love it. I've finally found what I want to do for the rest of my life. I really feel like I could book a role right now.
The look that you have is going to be good for this role. The lead is a bisexual, transvestite hooker. Wow.
First number I-26.
I have no idea why I'm going to drag queen bingo.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Oh, good. Stick it in. Oh, my God.
I've been asked to really embody one of the most well-recognized sex symbols in the world. I'm nervous about pulling it off. I'm not very comfortable being sexy.
Finally I can shout out loud. Finally I can see the truth. There's no doubt this is what I wanna do. Finally you can hear my voice. Finally I'll be on that stage. That will be the day when I dream with my eyes open. Dream with my eyes wide open. So I don't have to close them. 'Cause I can dream, I can dream, I can dream. With my eyes wide open.
Hi, Roger. How are you?
Good, how about yourself?
Today I'm meeting Roger, who's the head of publicity at 19 Entertainment, and I'm not sure what he's gonna tell me.
So I just want to talk to you about an opportunity that just came up for you.
Okay.
Remember photographer Robert Sebring?
Yes.
He did the PETA ads. He is working on a project.
Okay.
He wants to recreate Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
And he wants to recreate identical classic images, but you'll be in the images.
Wow.
Because when he saw you at the Amanda shoot, he was amazed by your beauty and your face that kind of resembles Marilyn.
Oh dear.
And he has some of Marilyn's original clothing
That's insane.
for
Wow.
the photo shoot.
The first time I heard that I was going to do a photo shoot as Marilyn Monroe, I was, number one, really flattered, and number two, very intimidated, obviously, because she's such a huge Hollywood icon. Those are big shoes to fill.
At that shoot that day, you're Marilyn. Like, you're not Cara. So I want you to
Get
get
into
into
character.
character, like steady Marilyn.
Okay.
Every actress tries to do these Marilyn shoots, and they never quite look like Marilyn, but I think with you, we can make it identical to Marilyn Monroe.
This is the most challenging task that I've been asked to do since I've been out in Los Angeles.
And this is one of the classic poses for Marilyn, too.
Marilyn is one of the most well-recognized sex symbols in the world. But for me, being sexy is so difficult. Oh my goodness.
I think we can do it.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, Ben, my name is Kocis. I got your number through the producers on the show, and I'm giving you a call because I'm a director in the middle of pre-production on a short I've written, and I'm giving you a buzz to see if you might be interested in playing one of the roles.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool, man.
Cool.
So I get a phone call in the Fiesta and it's this director calling me, wanting to put me in his short film that he's going to be shooting. I forgot his name because once I heard director, I was like, oh.
It's a very unique part. I'd actually like to meet with you if that's cool, and tell you exactly what that would entail.
That'd be awesome. I'm really excited to hear what this is all about.
Okay, great.
All right, cool. Thank you so much.
All right, man. You better. Talk to you soon.
All right, thank you. See ya.
Later.
Hello.
Ben, I'm Carl.
I'm Ben. Being able to sit down with the director is a great feeling. I love talking shop. I love talking about, hopefully, projects I can be in, obviously.
Just so you know, I spent some time field directing, producing, and TV. But what I'm most passionate about is music videos, short films. And the reason that I'm so excited about this new short is I want to use it as a calling card to get the funding for a feature.
Wow.
I thought about you for this part because my wife watches this show, and then I kind of got hooked on it. And the look that you have is going to be good for this role. I was a little vague about what the role was in the car because I didn't want to scare you. I didn't want to make you nervous because it's really unique.
Okay.
Right?
Carl's telling me about the character he wants me to play. He says it's different. You never played a person like this before. I think you'd be good for it. I'm like, I wonder what it's going to be.
The short is called Lady of the Day. And the lead is named Lolly.
Wally.
Lolly.
Okay.
And the role is a bisexual transvestite hooker.
Wow.
I thought about you for this part because the look that you have is going to be good.
So I get a phone call from a director who is a fan of If I Can Dream. He said he wanted me to be in his short film, and I was thrilled.
The short is called Lady of the Day. And the role is a bisexual transvestite hooker.
Wow. The first thing that goes through my mind is, what the bisexual tranny
Yeah, it's
hooker.
yeah. You know, I want to push the envelope, and that's why people are going to watch it.
So I gotta go drag.
You would have to go drag. Yes, you'd have to fully commit to go drag. And heels are a possibility.
A character like a bisexual tranny hooker, I'm not sure. It would be a challenge, obviously.
The other thing, too, is in order to get the eyes on the short, my goal is to get the short in for Sundance for this year.
Yeah.
So I want to do this as soon as possible.
Okay. Wow, that'd be so cool to be in Sundance. Actors get launched from Sundance.
Men playing women is something that's obviously happened a lot before. You know, you got Dustin Hoffman and, you know, everybody from Johnny Depp, which I know you're a fan of.
Yeah.
And I think that you're easy on the eyes. You know, that's why you model. That's why people pay you money.
Yeah.
And that's an aspect of it. I think you'll make a good-looking chick.
This character is not close to me as a person. I'm not bisexual, I'm not a transvestite, and I'm not a hooker. So that would be a big challenge for me.
Does it sound like something you think you can do?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right, well, think about it just a little bit more. I don't want you to call up tomorrow and say you're not comfortable.
Yeah.
So,
I want to read the script before I give you the definite answer.
no problem. I will send the script over,
Sounds good.
and I want to get going on this, so if you can give me a decision tonight, that would be best.
All right, cool.
Yeah?
All right,
All right,
sounds
cool.
good.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely.
I want to be in a short film. I want to be in movies. I want to be in theater. So I'm just anxious to see the script.
All
Cool,
right, take care, man. Absolutely.
Have a good one.
Hopefully I'll see you soon.
All right, sounds good.
All right, later.
I've been preparing to do a complete Marilyn Monroe shoot, and I've been asked to really embody Marilyn. It's really exciting, flattering, intimidating. I've been doing a lot of research on Marilyn to prepare for the shoot, and now I'm going to go to the Hollywood Museum where there's a huge exhibit of Marilyn Monroe memorabilia.
Welcome, welcome,
So
welcome
nice
here to
to
the
meet you.
historic Max Factor building.
Thank you for showing me around.
I hear you're going to become Marilyn Monroe.
Yes, ma'am. I get to do a photo shoot.
Well, let's just talk about the essence of Marilyn. You know, she became a blonde in the very room over here. It's the blondes only room. This is where Max Factor turned Marilyn Monroe into a blonde, in this very room.
Amazing.
And we actually have a lock of her hair here when they first started to turn her into blonde.
This is the room where Norma Jean transformed into Marilyn Monroe.
You know, part of Marilyn, it's not just, you know, her looks, but it's her whole attitude and everything. She had that vulnerable side too.
Right.
But she was as sexy as they came. So when you do your photo shoot,
And keep that in mind.
you've got to keep it in mind. Let's go upstairs and take a look at the costumes and her personal clothing.
When anyone asks me, what's your dream character? I always say Marilyn Monroe. I wish they would make a movie about Marilyn Monroe's life and I would get to play it.
Hi, Cara. Glad to
Hi,
meet you.
nice to meet you. Thank
Likewise.
you for showing me around.
Oh, I'm delighted. I love showing people Marilyn. So should we take a look at some of it?
Yes, let's look around.
Okay, let's
I'm
head this
anxious.
way. She was a very simple child, and really the girl next door kind of image. She was a very sweet and a very shy young girl.
I've gotten a couple of comparisons to Marilyn, especially when she was younger. In 9th grade, a girl did a project on Marilyn and she showed me one picture of her when she was 13 and she's sitting on the beach pointing down at a heart she drew in the sand, and someone was like, oh, this looks like you, and I was like, huh, that's weird.
And when were these taken?
These were taken around 1950, before Marilyn was really a star, 1949-50.
I am definitely intimidated. You know?
Understandably so, yes. But they didn't come out till later, and the scandal came out, but instead of denying it, Marilyn said, well, I just needed the money. She was an innocent girl telling the truth, and the world loved her for that. Eventually, this one became the centerfold for the very first Playboy magazine.
For me, the human body is sacred, and the idea of being a star and being a product is intimidating.
She said this many times, if I have to be a symbol of something, I'd rather be a symbol of sex than a lot of the things they have symbols for.
Here's a woman who was completely immersed in the Hollywood industry, and it played a part in ending her life. I am not so arrogant as to think that I am above the capacity to fall into the illusion of Hollywood. And it is scary being in that position.
I can't really tell when Norma Jean ends and when Marilyn begins sometimes.
I think she never became one or the other, and she felt, where am I?
I understand wanting to stay true to who you are, but also having to market yourself as a product.
So I wish you luck.
Thank you so much.
Maybe you'll be the next Marilyn.
Oh dear.
A lot of women have tried to embody Marilyn, and I hope that all of the research that I've done and everything that I've looked at turns out to be a really good photo shoot. I hope I'm up to the task. Hello? He is? Be patient, Louise. Stay calm.
Hello?
Hi, Benjamin.
Hi, Kristen.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
That's so good to hear.
So I heard about that drag queen role you were offered. You know, there's a place in West Hollywood that does drag queen bingo. Do you want to go and maybe do some research and check it out?
All right.
Are you free this evening?
Yeah. I was offered to go to transvestite bingo to do research, and I'm like, I don't know.
Okay, cool. I'll set it up. Thanks.
See ya. Bye.
Benny, we're leaving to go to drag queen bingo. Are you coming? This director proposed this role for Ben, being a drag queen. Hey, Benny.
Hey, Ben.
So Alex and I went to drag queen bingo, and Ben didn't want to join us.
All right, Jig. I guess he's not coming. Let's just bounce. The whole reason that anyone was going to go to this drag queen bingo is because Ben was actually supposed to be playing a drag queen. I have no idea why I'm going to drag queen bingo right now.
Before every bingo game, I'm going to ask you a question, and it's, what's the name of the game? And you say, bingo! Did you get that on your own?
Let's forget. Come up here. Come up here.
When I got called up on stage, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, this was supposed to be Ben. And at first I was a little bit embarrassed, but then I was just like, who cares, you know?
What's your name?
Alex.
Alex, what's your last name?
Lambert.
Were you on American Idol?
Yeah, I was.
Alex Lambert from American Idol is here with us. So, can I get you to call a game of bingo with Willem?
Yes.
Okay.
If you don't go for it, then you're going to regret what you did. So I just kind of went for it and had a good time. It was fun.
All right, I want you to sing the next number, since you're a singer.
The next number is 067, babe. 067.
That's what I call a panty dropper. Because if I was wearing panties, I'd be like, here. That was good. That was smooth. That was some white Barry White.
Alex was a great sport, and Willem was a really, really good host.
And let's hear it for Alex Lambert, too. I thought you did a good job, Alex.
Thank you.
You have a beautiful voice.
I honestly don't know if Ben could have handled that, since he's such like a manly man.
You are hilarious.
Oh, thank you. What's your name?
Giuliani.
I'm Willem. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Alex.
You.
Nice to meet you.
You're the best sport in the world.
Explosion. You smell really good, by the way.
Thanks. It's my douche. Was this your first time at bingo?
Yeah, this is my first time. I haven't played bingo since I was like in elementary school.
You did pretty good. You're a good bingo caller. When you're famous,
Thank
you
you.
got to come back and like give out CDs.
I know, right?
Yeah, you got to get the gay people on your side.
Exactly.
No, seriously, get the gays on your side.
Yeah,
You'll
exactly.
be famous like that.
No, yeah, I know. I don't really think it matters what someone's sexual preference is. If guys like guys, I mean, I don't really care as long as they listen to my music.
So what brought you to bingo?
Ben, the actor in the house, he was going to come here and kind of just learn from you.
Yeah, he's supposed to play a drag queen, but he's honestly like the straightest person I probably know in my life. And
Is he scared?
yeah.
He sounds like a pussy. That's stupid.
When you act, the whole reason that you act is because you're acting like someone else. You're not going to get a role, hey, Ben, you want to come play in this movie? You can play Ben.
Nobody would have watched Boys Don't Cry if it was just about a girl. It was about a he, she, though.
Yeah.
So that made it poignant, you know? And
Yeah.
people win awards. That if you're ugly, or you're a lesbian, or you die, you win an Oscar. That's cool.
I definitely think Ben missed out. I think if he would have came, maybe he would have understood it more.
It was nice meeting you guys.
Yeah,
I
you
hope
too.
come back.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, come get me a drink.
All right.
Get me a drink.
Let's go.
Not
Let's
bad.
go to the bar.
I was offered a short film playing a character of a bisexual transvestite hooker. I got the script, I read it literally at least 30 times. Now it's time for me to call the director.
Carl?
Hi, Carl.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Ben Elliott. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
So, have you made your decision yet?
Yeah. In this business, there's so many things you have to think about, and should I do this, should I not do this? It's a huge decision. It's really a big deal. It's like serious time.
Hi, Carl.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Ben Elliott. How you doing?
I was offered a short film playing a character of a bisexual transvestite hooker. Now it's time for me to call the director.
I had a chance to read over the script, and I don't think I'm fully committed on doing the project.
I've put gears in motion to have the thing made. I've called people. What is it exactly that you're kind of on the fence about? Is it the role?
Yeah, I read it a bunch of different ways, and I didn't really find it funny.
Okay. There's obviously lots of different ways to play,
It's-
someone that's a cross-dresser.
Yeah, no, it's just I would like to play the pimp. I just feel like the entire story is mainly about the pimp.
If it's a matter of you think that you are not the lead, the story's not about you, I could tweak different parts and change that ending and specifically make your character more pronounced.
No, that wasn't like the whole main idea at all. It's just not at all. Like I'm fine.
The whole thing was that
It just doesn't. Yeah, it just doesn't. Just doesn't feel right.
Me not taking this role is not because I don't want to play a gay character, a bisexual character, a transvestite, or a hooker, or whatever. That is not it. This short just wasn't right for me.
It's not the plot so much, so it's more the character?
It's for me, it's just, I don't want to do it.
I was not meant to be this bisexual transvestite hooker in this short film. I need to focus on the characters that I'm working on for class.
Hi everyone, my name is Carlos and I'm from Montana.
I woke up this morning and this is the day that I'm going to have my photo shoot as Marilyn. So I'm kind of like, don't talk to me, don't look at me, leave me alone because I need to focus. I researched Marilyn by watching every documentary I could find, and I also got to go to the Hollywood Museum. But I still feel like it's really intimidating.
Hi, Robert, how are you?
Nice seeing you again. How are
Robert Seabury, the very well-known photographer, has been wanting to do a Marilyn Monroe shoot for a long time.
Here, I'm handing off the pooch. We're trying to socialize.
And he saw me, he thought maybe she could do it.
Let's sit down and figure out exactly what we're going to do.
Great.
Obviously, when you're dealing with Marilyn, there's a sensual side to the whole thing. And I know that we're going to step a little bit out of your comfort level here. Because I know that you have strong moral and religious and ethical beliefs, and I'm not here to try to change any of that, but I do think you can embody this character within your own parameters where you're comfortable with it and we still see the sexuality and the sensuality that Marilyn exuded.
I want to do this photo shoot well, but I'm nervous about pulling it off because I'm not very comfortable being sexy.
Well, let's get you in hair and makeup.
Okay. I've been asked to really embody one of the most well-recognized sex symbols in the world, and I'm scared because I feel very vulnerable.
Have you ever done Marilyn before?
No. I really get to tap into the woman today. I've been preparing very hard. I am completely shaven, I completely smell good. I really wanted to dress like Marilyn, walk like her, talk like her. But it is scary.
Oh my god, you look freaking ridiculous.
For a lot of it, I did not look in the mirror. I kept my eyes closed because it freaked me out. It's just not me.
Voila! We have a Marilyn.
It was really nerve-wracking because I wanted to do her justice. And to do a bad job of it, I would hate it.
Whenever you're ready.
Thank you. So now I have my hair done, my makeup done. We're about to start our very first shot for the Marilyn photo shoot.
All right.
I really just have to be in the mindset of what would she be thinking. And it's scary to be in the mind of Marilyn Monroe.
Don't turn around. She's going to be disrobing. There we go. That's perfect.
This week I'm rehearsing for a show that I'm playing at the Roxy, and my band members still need a lot of practice. Where's everybody else at? My band, you know, they up. I don't know what else to say right now.
Jig, it's dishes. I don't care, I'm not doing it again, ever. Yes, I can be a bitch sometimes. What is this? This thing's pissing me off. Like, why is this in my room?
Are you sure I should wear panties with this? I've been asked to come into the photo shoot as Marilyn Monroe.
That's it.
She is one of the most recognized sex symbols in the world. I hope I'm up to the task.